Welcome back. Today we're going to be making my famous sausage jalapeno cheddar bread, aka crack bread. The first thing we need to do is we need to cook 1 pound of ground pork sausage. I do use the mild, but you can use the spicy if you'd like, along with 1 large onion chopped and 1/4 of a cup to 1/2 of a cup of diced jalapeños. I do use the jarred jalapeños. Once this is cooked through, I'm going to shut the heat off and I'm going to preheat my oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. To make the bread, we're going to add 4 cups of bisquick mix. I do make my own bisquick mix, and I will link to the video to make it below, but you can use store-bought. Once I've got my 4 cups of bisquick mix added, I am going to add to that an 8-ounce block of cream cheese. I use reduced fat, but you can use the full fat. Just do not use fat-free, as it will not turn out correctly. I put my paddle attachment on. I drop it, I lock it, and I turn it on low. Now I'm going to let this mix for about 5 minutes. I want the cream cheese to get to the size of a pea. Once I've got the right consistency, I'm going to shut it off, and I'm going to shred my cheese. I like to use extra sharp cheddar cheese, and I do like to shred my own. It does taste better, I think, but you can use the store or the pre-shredded. Once I've got this all shredded, I'm going to go ahead and add this to my flour mixture. And once I've got it in the flour, I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and let it mix 15 to 30 seconds, just enough to get the cheese incorporated well. And once I have the cheese mixture added, I'm going to add my buttermilk. Now you can make your own buttermilk if you don't happen to have buttermilk on hand. I will link that below in the description on how to do that. I'm going to add that, give that a good mixing. Into that I'm going to add 2 eggs. I'm going to let those mix well. And once I've got that mixed, I'm going to give it a good stir. Into that I'm going to add my ground pork sausage. I do not drain that sausage off. I do leave the fat on there. It does help moisten the bread. I'm going to go ahead and drop it. I'm going to lock it, and I'm going to turn it on low. Now you do not want to overmix this. Once it's thoroughly mixed, I'm just going to turn it up real quick and just give it a quick whirl and shut it off. I'm going to clean the paddle off. We don't want to waste any of this goodness. So I use a spatula and get it scraped nice and clean. And once I have that ready, I'm going to remove the paddle attachment for easy access to the dough. It's going to be fairly moist at this point. I'm going to spray 8 loaf pans, the mini loaf pans or 3 large loaf pans, Pam. And to that I'm going to add about 2 cups of the batter. It's going to be about 3/4 of the way full on each container. Once I have those done, I'm going to place those in the oven, and I'm going to cook them for about 20 minutes. Once they're golden brown and spring back to touch, I'm going to add melted butter. Now you can brush it on there or you can spoon it on, and I'm going to put it back in for about another 10 minutes. Once it's cooked through, we're going to go ahead and take it out and test it. You can use a cake tester or a knife. You see the blade is clean, which means the dough is cooked through. I'm going to loosen it up with the knife, and I'm going to invert it and put it on a cooling rack to cool. Now once it is cooled to room temperature, you can refrigerate it or you can freeze it. It does freeze well. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me, please hit subscribe. I'll be trying to upload at least 2 videos a week. Linked below will be links to my social media, to my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram, as well as the recipe. This recipe here is a recipe I came up with probably 5 or 6 years ago on a whim. I happened to write it down, thankfully. I was going to have breakfast and I wanted something different. And so I thought, well, a savory bread would be good. And so cracked bread became what it is today. It's very addictive. Anytime I take it to anything, I never leave with anything left. It freezes well. It is not very spicy, but it's just got an underlying kick of something. I hope you enjoy this recipe. I hope you have a great day. And remember, not every day is good, but there's something good in every day. I'll see you next time.